Hello, my friend. I'm really glad you turned on this video. Today, we're going to talk about one of Neville Goddard's simplest yet most powerful ideas. It sounds like this: live in the end. I know, it might sound a little strange. You may be thinking right now, what does that even mean? How can I live in the end? Don't worry. Let's figure it out together, calmly and honestly. Look, every one of us has dreams, right? You have something you really want. Maybe love, maybe money, maybe health or freedom. Something that you deeply desire. And usually, we live like this. I hope one day it will happen. I'm waiting. I'm trying. I'm hoping. But all of that, it's in the future. And Neville said, if you want change, live as if you're already there. Already at the end of your dream. Let's take an example. Imagine you want a new job. Normally, you might think, someday I'll get a better job. Someday I'll be hired. And you wait and wait. But inside, you're still feeling lack. Now imagine it differently. You already have that job. You wake up in the morning and get ready for work. You meet your new colleagues. You're already receiving your salary. How does that feel? Do you feel the difference? That is living in the end. And I want you, right now, while listening, to pick one thing, just one desire, and imagine that you're already at the end of it, right now. When I first heard this idea, I thought, come on, that's too simple. There's no way it works. But then I tried it, and I was shocked. Once I was really worried about money. You know that feeling when your account is almost empty and it scares you? Then I remembered, live in the end. So I started imagining that I already had enough, that I was free, that I could pay for everything easily. And slowly, step by step, my inner state changed. I began to feel calmer, more confident. And then, new opportunities started showing up. Money began to flow again. I'm not saying it fell from the sky, but the world started to respond to my new state. Because here's the truth. The world is a mirror. It doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are inside. If your inner state is, I don't have it, the world will reflect that. If your inner state is, it's already mine, the world will reflect that too. My friend, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. We're building a community here, people who are learning to use the power of imagination and inner states. And trust me, there are many more videos ahead that can truly transform your life. You know what's amazing? When you start living in the end, you start to relax. Because if you already have what you want, why worry? You simply enjoy the moment. And that calm, confident feeling, it's magical. Let's take another example. Imagine you want love. Usually people live like this. I'm alone. I'm waiting. I'm searching. And life mirrors that loneliness. But what if, right now, you began to live as if you were already loved, as if you already had that relationship? How would you act? You'd be calmer, more confident, more open, and others would feel it. And then, life begins to reflect it back. So let me ask you a question. If your desire had already come true, how would you feel today? Right now, think about it, and try to live your day from that feeling. And here's a little secret. This is one of those videos you should watch more than once, because every time you'll hear something new. Maybe today it's about money. Next time, maybe love, or health, or confidence. So don't just watch it once. Come back to it. Let me share one more story. A friend of mine really wanted to move to another country. He kept saying, someday I'll go. Someday years went by, and nothing changed. Then he discovered Neville's teachings, and he started practicing living in the end. Every night, he imagined walking down the streets of his new city. And the most amazing thing happened. A few months later, he got a job offer exactly in that country. Why? Because inside, he was already living there, and the outer world simply mirrored it. My friends, I want you to understand one thing. This practice isn't fantasy. It's not make-believe. It's a law. Just like gravity. If you drop an apple, it falls. And here, If you live in the end within, the outer world rearranges to match it. So think about your life right now. In what areas are you still living in someday? Maybe it's money, maybe love, maybe health. Write it down and start living in the end, right there. Here's a little challenge for you. Pick one area of your life, and for the next 7 days, live as if your desire has already come true. Then come back and share in the comments what happened. I'm sure you'll be surprised. And don't forget, subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who might need it. And one final reminder, my friend. Remember, anything is possible. And the end of your desire can become your present, if you choose to live from that state.